that's another day done. Tuesday afternoon. Didn't film too much there really. It's pretty similar to what was going on yesterday, so I just sort of did a quick sort of film of what's going on, but I didn't go into too much detail really. I'm sure you can sort of gather what's happening. I may even stitch this video onto tomorrow's video and condense 2 days in one. I've just been and looked at another job, another load of plastering. I looked at another job last night as well. Lots and lots of work coming up. I've looked at lots, I've got lots booked in. You never guess who I just saw in the field next to the house I was working in. Only Princess Anne, wasn't it? Oh, Annie was there. She landed in a helicopter and then she visited a care home, I believe, and then she obviously went back in the helicopter and up she went. It was right there, it felt like you could almost touch it. It was a nice helicopter, nice sort of royal colours, like a burgundy or maroon or something, very shiny as you'd expect from a royal helicopter. I've just been glossing doors and skirtings today, so I didn't feel like it was worth filming any of that. I doubt very much anyone wants to sit and watch too much of that. But the only thing interesting I can say about that was I did use the Dulux. I'll put a picture of it here somewhere, I think I showed it earlier. But it was the Dulux quick drying high gloss. And I must say it was really nice stuff to use, very, very good. I had to double check when I was pouring it out that it wasn't oil actually. It just looked like oil, even the way it ran out of the tin. It looked like it was oil based. Got a decent smell to it, barely smells of anything. I've been using some other stuffs lately. I've been using some of the Leyland quick dry and the Crown quick dry, and they both got a really similar smell to them. It almost smells like putty, so I don't know if that's like linseed oil or what, but they got a very similar smell, which almost makes you think, well, they must have basically the same recipe to them. But this one didn't have that. It had it didn't hardly smell of anything, to be honest. Really laid on lovely, and I know the weather's a bit warmer, so it will flow a bit. It laid on really beautiful, and it had a lovely shine on it, and the open time was good on it. It wasn't cloggy, didn't dry too quick. So yeah, it's a recommendation for a water-based gloss. That Dulux high gloss gets a big thumbs up from me. I used this on a job the other day, and I left it in the van overnight. I didn't clean it out, and went to clean it out last night. And it's a bit knackered, I think. I couldn't get nothing out of it. Just pump was going, but no paint was coming out of it. And I hadn't washed it out. There was no water coming out of it. So I took it apart last night. So I'm just in the middle of putting it back together. I won't sort of go through that with you because it's a bit boring. But there's a couple of valves, a couple of inlet and outlet valves there. Just unscrew the cap, and when it comes off, there's like a little valve with like a ball bearing on a spring, which pushes in and out. So I've cleaned them out. I've tried to flush the pump out with a tap. And now I've just put them back in. I'm just going to do this back up, and fingers crossed it'll work again. I'm hoping the pump ain't had it, because I think they're about, this is the pump, this little bit here. This cup comes off and all you're left with is this little pump. And I think they're about 250 quid to replace. So let's hope that's not knackered. Let's get it together and we'll test it. I still can't get it working, so I'm going to see if it's blocked from the hose and the trigger. I've had the pump out and I've had the valves out of the pump. Water seemed to be coming through okay, but when I pull the trigger, there's just nothing happening. The water's just sitting into the hopper there. So I'm wondering if there's a blockage in this hose leading up to the gun, or a blockage in the gun itself. So I'm going to take this apart here. I've just watched a video of someone else doing it, so I think I'm on the right track. It's a little bit awkward to get in, but we'll see. That one there, is that right? I've probably got every other size except the one I want. I've got that, little adjustable. I'd rather not use an adjustable. Let's see if that'll go. bastard, you bastard. Right, let's try the adjustable there. What's the worst that can happen, eh? I'll break it. Come on here, fucker, I'll do it. Even a bloke on the video had an aggro with this. Alright, has that got it? Does that go? Yes. Ah, right, now I can already see paint whizzing out the end of that, so that's a good sign. So as soon as I've undone that, let's turn you around. So as soon as I've undone that, I've got paint coming out, which is a good sign, I think, really. Hopefully it just means that the pipeline's blocked and there's nothing wrong with the gun. So let's get that cleared out. And I have to admit, I'm not technically minded at all with anything like this. And I haven't got a lot of patience with it. Let's take it apart and see what we've got. Right, so that all looks blocked up in my opinion. So what I want to do is fire that out the end of there, but I can't trigger the pump. So what I'm going to have to do is connect them back up and then pull the trigger, and it should start the pump off, which means hopefully it should pump it out the end of there if there's a blockage going into the gun as well. Right, let's try that. Right, so what I did, I connected that up and sprayed it out. I'll try and do it, hold on. I'll try and show you what I did. So obviously the trigger's there, and I did this. And a load of paint at first blobbed out, so I think hopefully it was a blockage. So let's take that off and put it back together. So the gun's blocked up. The hose is all right. I've blasted that through. That's okay. But what is blocked is it's blocked at the gun. So I've taken the gun off and you can see there's paint in there. So I've cleared it out a bit. I put it back on the end of the hose, pulled the trigger again. Nothing was coming out. So I think there's still a load of paint in here, so I'm just trying to sort of dig it out bit by bit, trying to blow down the end of the nozzle, but I'm not sure if it opens or not until its trigger's deployed. I'm not sure, so I just keep mucking about with it. I don't really want to have to buy a whole new gun for it. I would imagine there a few quid as well. So we'll just keep trying to get this paint out of it. Right, so it's still blocked up, epoxy thing. Let's have a look at this. So I've got like a little Titan hoover. I've got these funny little things. I think they were meant for like paddling pools and things. So I've wedged that in. I'm going to put that on suck, and then I'm going to try. See if I can show you there. Try and put that on there and suck the paint out of this thing. Let's give that a go. Who knows? What I'll do, this has got a blow function on it as well. I'll put it on blow and see if it will blow through, because I don't understand these things. It might have like a non-return valve in it or something like that. So we'll try and blow it through. Not very much luck here. I mean, I know the paint was a bit thick, but it shouldn't clog up that much. It's only paint. I just keep trying to dig it out. Makes a funny tune, look. No, that's no good. I just tried it again. Let's take it apart again. What a pain in the fucking arse this is. Alright, let's take that out. I've took the battery out, obviously. Otherwise I might get a bolt. I think it's a case of just keep trying to flush it. You can feel the pressure. As soon as I undo this, you can feel the pressure which is building up to the bottom of the gun. Alright. You'd think for £1,000 bit of kit there would be an easier way to unblock the thing that's potentially likely to get blocked the quickest. You'd think there'd be an easy. I don't even think that unscrews. What I really want to do is unscrew that. but there's no thread on it, which sort of leads me to believe that that's not for unscrewing. You know, there's no hex on that at all. You can't get anything on it. Well, about 2 hours later now, I've really destroyed the thing. That's the inside part. That's the bit which the hose is attached to, and then obviously it flies out of there. I cannot get that unblocked for love nor money. I don't know what goes on in here. I don't know if there's like something that spins and pushes it out. But I've had like syringes trying to flush water up it, trying to syringe it and suck it out. I've tried every which way you can think of to unblock this thing. I think it's beating me. So it looks like if I can't get this unblocked, which I can't, there's no way into it. You would have thought that maybe one of these bits would come off. It just looks like a sealed unit. Look, although there's a bit of a hex there, I don't think that's threaded, is it? I don't know. I'll have a look. Hold on. Right underneath is this little Allen key bit. So I've got a little tiny set. So I'm going to undo that now. I think that turns quite nice. Right. So if that bit comes out, let's put that safe. Does that mean that this whole thing, it does, it turns. Right, so that turns now. Take that Allen key out. And what's in here? Right, little sort of piston-y thing. So basically the blockage is from there. There's a blockage here and I cannot get to it. Let's see if I can find a long bit of wire and wedge it up. Right, I don't think I'm going to be able to put this back together again now, but I'm so inquisitive. So we've got this bit here now. I've been soaking this in water. And then I notice there's a little thread here, so obviously this arm must come off, so we'll get that in the vise and have a look. I mean, if I can undo it and clean it, and get it back together, it'll be a miracle. Okay, right. So that, I can blow through that, there's a hole through that, so that's not blocked. So it must be within this bit. I'm going to soak it again in the sink. Don't worry, this isn't my kitchen. This is a utility thing out in the shed, so. There's that part of the gun, that is all cleaned out. Let's hold it up to the light for you. That's cleaned out, that's all right. And then the other part, is still, feels like it's blocked. So I'm just soaking it in some mineral spirit. It's a mixture of the pump armour and the Wagner sort of version of pump armour. So I'm going to soak that in there for a couple of hours and see if there's a blockage. That's right there. So the blockage is just to that tip. I don't know if it's a blockage or there's a release mechanism. I think this sort of comes backwards and forwards. Let's try and show you that. I think this sort of opens backwards and forwards, a bit like I suppose there's some sort of valve there, like a gate that opens and shuts. I don't know if that's stuck, but we'll give this a soak for a couple of hours anyway. See if that happens. But if not, then I've got to try and put all this back together. Look, it's easy to undo it, isn't it? We'll have a look anyway, see what we can come up with. If not, it's a new gun.